Karahala, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakateawa, Brakateawa Shai, Brakateawa, Brakateawa Shai, Brakateawa, Brakateawa Shai, Thawada, Abba, Kawakadash. I'd like to give the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach this truth, which I believe through the Holy Spirit is 100% truth lined up with the scriptures. Do a lesson today coming out of the book of Jeremiah, actually the prophet Jeremiah, in chapter 49, starting with verse 8. Shalaki, starting with verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? In Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? And Teman is considered, like Germany. Germany is one of the top tribes in Esau, Edom. They're known for their great inventions and a lot of things that they come up with. That's where a lot of wisdom. But the Lord is taking this wisdom away from Esau, Edom, man, and He's making him bare. He's exposing him. So a lot of his enchantments and things that he's able to use over the nations, these things are coming out and being exposed. Mainly through a lot of these social media sites, because through the regular media, like on TV and the radio, because they control and own all those things. They're not going to, dish out the truth. They're only going to give you things that's going to keep you more so in the dark. Give you a whole lot of entertainment, but nothing with any substance. Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan. I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. This is a good indicator of who this devil is, man. You look at how he came over into the Americas and the native tribes, which are our people, the Northern Kingdom, tried to offer them, trying to speak over that, tried to offer them an opportunity, for some land. They could have just butchered them and kicked their ass off the island itself, when they came over here. But no, they try to be nice to them and show them how to farm and feed them and all this. And that wasn't enough, because this devil, the whole time in his mind, he was plotting, how can we make these native slaves, and how can we steal all the resources and take the land? So, Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 9, if grape gatherers came to thee, will they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. But not this devil, man. He don't want enough. He don't want just enough. He wants it all, And same thing with going on today, even though we're slaves to the system and being controlled and locked in and tied into the system, pretty much we paper slaves to the system. That's not enough for this devil, man. He pretty much, especially these elites that's on top, man, they got the whole world in their hand. They own everything. But that's not enough. They don't not satisfied until they get every nickel and dime and penny out of you. Now they're creating this new banking system. I think it's the new federal something, some type of banking system, where they're trying to go everything, put it on a digital system, which eventually is going to lead to the MOTB. That means any type of it's going to monitor your movements, your spending, and everything you do. And it's like a drug dealer on the corner, man. He wants to get his hand on every transaction that's made. So he wants to cut out everything. And that's how this devil is going to maneuver, man. You're not going to be able to make any transaction or movement without this devil getting his share cut out of it. And that's where you get control, man. Complete and total control, man. So if grape gatherers came to thee, will they not leave some gleaning grapes? Hell no, not this devil. If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. And he's like, to this point, man, if he can't have the whole world, man, and he'd rather destroy it. Being that the Lord, he knows Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem is coming back. So he'll try to destruct this whole place, man, before he allow his reign to come to an end. But I have
For
made
ye, turn back, dwell deep, O
but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. So the Lord is exposing this devil who he is, man. They changed the names, they changed the times, and they gave you this false history. They sent us to their schools, and they pretty much brainwashed the people, man. So you were black, you come from you're descendants of Africans and descendants of Ham, and you're the heathen, and they're the chosen ones. All this, man, is just lies, man. Straight up lies. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Verse 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished. Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. So he's going to get his reward. A lot of people say, look at all those slave masters and how they did our people, and they went on to live long lives. You have these super elites. You actually have one that just passed not too long ago. He lived to be 100-something years old, man. Died at peace. But they're going to get their judgment, man. The judgment is coming. Thus saith the Lord. And especially on people of the past, man, the Lord has brought them back. If you believe in reincarnation, they're back here today. And so the Lord is going to make sure they get judged properly and accordingly to the deeds that they have done. For I have sworn by myself, verse 13, for I have sworn by myself, said the Lord, that Basra, which is one of the capital cities in Edom, shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. You have to realize that the people are land first. So a lot of times in the Bible it referred to people by their land. So kind of keep that in mind, when you're reading these scriptures. I have heard a rumor from the Lord that an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to battle. And you're seeing that going on a lot today, man. You hear the news, everybody is picking sides, they gathering forces, and they building up for this great battle that's about to happen. And here in Babylon the Great, a lot of these nations, they're coming together to go against Babylon the Great. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. Verse 16, thy turbulence hath deceived thee, the pride of thy heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down thence, saith the Lord. We got what they call even the space station all the way up in the heavens. He likes to build high. He has these what you call skyscrapers. He like to be at the top. He likes to look down on the other people. And the Lord is going to bring him down to a low state, man. They like to have on penthouses, so to speak. So the Lord is going to bring him to a low place, man. And you go to Basra, man. That was, that's where they used to live, back in those hills and those mountains, man. Verse 17, also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. As in the overthrown, verse 18, as in the overthrown of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, no man shall abide there, neither shall son of man dwell in it. So the Lord is going to make this place a desolation, and use it as a marker, man, as a reference point. So look back on when you went to hell off and you started committing all type of sodomy and all type of abominations, man. This place is going to be looked upon as like the same way as you look at Sodom and Gomorrah today, man. It's a wasteland. As a reminder not to go to hell off again, man. Verse 22, behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Basra. Like I said, we're a land before we're a people first, so sometimes we're going to be described through the land. And at the day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pains. So the Lord has come to crack them skies, man, with those which we call spaceships or UFOs, but really they are the chariots of the Lord's, man. They're going to crack them skies, man, come out of the heavens, and it's going to bring judgment here on the earth, man. The Lord is going to give vengeance for the time when he was here on earth, and they crucified him on the cross. And the 2/3 niggas that turned them over to the Romans, they're here back today through reincarnation, man. They're going to be destroyed, right along with the heathen. And really, we're pretty much like nomads on the earth, Israel. We're all over the place, but mainly here in the Americas, as a great majority of our people. Like I say, we spread throughout. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and the speckled bird or Israelite foreigners, like to be called. Some of us look like the other nations. Maybe resemble Moab because a lot of us over there in Moab, over there in China. Our people, we're all over the place, man. So we may look like the other nations through wherever our seed went and was incubated within those other nations. And I will kindle the fire in Damascus, and it shall consume the place of Benadad. And a lot of us kind of jumping back and forth when the original Babylon was destroyed, and it's given future prophecy of what today is called as modern day Babylon, which is here in America, man. We're modern day Babylon because we took up the same customs and we do a lot of the same worship that they do. So that's how the Bible describes them during this time. We're not only modern day Babylon, but spiritual Egypt, because we have we reconcile a lot of our places from Egypt. We still do a lot of their wicked customs, And so really, America has took on the characteristics of all these evil empires and made them all into one. So that's why the Bible referenced them to Babylon the Great, or Virgin Daughter of Babylon, or spiritual Egypt, modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, many different names that she goes by in these scriptures. A lot of times say the Lord would describe the people of Esau, Edom by the land, by Basra, or it's another name here too, but I can't recall it right now. I'm going to go through Jeremiah chapter 50. There was something in here I wanted to cover. The word of the Lord spoke against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Verse 4, Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 4. In those days and in that time, said the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping. They shall go and seek the Lord their God. So over here, mainly in the Americas, you have the northern tribes and the southern tribes all being oppressed together. That's the blacks, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. And they shall ask, because the northern tribes are considered Israel, and the southern tribes, which black Americans, Benjamites, and the so-called Haitians, well, Levi, tribe of Levi, we're considered the northern tribes. I mean, the southern tribes, Shalakia, the southern tribes. And northern tribes consider, the Hispanics, the Cuban people, the Dominican people, people of the Caribbeans, and South Americans. And the Native American tribes over here, because they came here prior to, supposed to be, that where they're going to separate themselves and do the laws, but when they got over, they started back practicing the wicked ways, and that's why the Lord sent Esau, Edom over here to gather them up, and destroy them. Verse 6, my people hath been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away from the mountains. They have gone from the mountain to the hill. They have forgotten their resting place. So that's our people, man. And the shepherds are these modern day pastors, man. They mislead our people and send them, give them false doctrine and stuff to keep them in the dark, lead them astray from their power. And he's talking about mountains, it's talking about power, man. Anytime you see mountains, it's referenced a lot of times in the Bible. A mountain is referenced to as power, and also horses are referenced to as power in the Bible. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the inhabitants of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. There's another one I want to hit, verse 15. Verse 15, Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 15. Shout against her round about. She hath given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord, Yahweh. Take vengeance upon her as she hath done unto her. So, you have the prophets out on the highways and byways, they shouting out, man, just like in what is that? Where they shouted, where we got together in times past and shouted and brought down the walls. Man, it's escaping me right now. Damn. And that's how we supposed to do. We shout out, man. We call out constantly for our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai, to come back, man, and destroy this place, to bring the walls down and bring in a righteous rulership, man, where this place is going to be ruled righteously, man. The earth is going to be ruled righteously. Verse 16, cut off the sword from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in a time of harvest. For the fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn everyone to his people, and they shall flee everyone to his own land. Israel is a scattered sheep. The lions have driven him away. First the king of Assyria hath devoured him, and last this Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, hath broken his bones. Therefore thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will punish the king of Babylon and his land. I have punished the king as the king of Assyria. And as we know through history, the Babylonians was the first one that took over. Then the Assyrians came and took over the Babylonians. But it's telling you afterwards, there's another day, modern day Babylon is going to take over. And also too, where the Roman Empire brought back the nation is really the Roman Empire that's brought back, because everything we do resembles comes from the Roman Empire. The same type of government. It has the parliament, the Democrats and the Democrats and the Republicans, like we have in the House. All those things come back from the ancient Roman Empire. It was that wound that was healed and came back. When you go into Revelations, she came back into power. The Lord
And I will bring Israel.
and the Lord brought her back into power. Verse 23, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Now, who's the hammer of the earth right now? Who has the power, or has had the power for the last few decades, man, had the power rule over the earth, man? Who's the one that oppressed all the nations, especially over here in America? Who oppressed all these other countries, man, with his power? O Babylon, thou wast not aware, thou art found, and thou art caught. Okay. Because she's the hammer of the earth. The Lord used her as a hammer to punish us for us going off, man. Verse 24, I have laid a snare for thee, O thou art taken, O Babylon. Thou wast not aware, thou art found and also bought, because thou hast striven against the Lord. But I pretty much want to kind of close out there, but I want to hit a few of those scriptures in Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 50, talking about Esau, Edom, and modern day Babylon the Great. It's going to be a great change on the earth, man. And we just have to endure. We have to repent, fast, and stay in prayer. Read these Bible, these scriptures. Try to grow in His Word, man, and call on the name of the Lord, man. That the Lord comes back and bring us salvation and bring righteous rulership on the earth, where the Lord can receive His full glory, man. Where they're going to fear the Lord. There's going to be a true fear of the Lord, the fear of our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And with that, I'd like to say, Shalom.